Woodford County High School football on the Yellowjacket Sports Network, presented by Woodford County Public Schools. Jack Kane Ford. UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. Carroll Floor Covering. Falling Springs Rec Center. Ricardo's. DQ. Collision Masters of Lexington. Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians. Kentucky Gym. Dough Daddies. The Warsh House. Little Mozart Piano Academy. City National Bank. Family Wealth Group. And by one of our new sponsors, the Midway Insurance Group. Good evening from Anderson County High School in Lawarenceburg, Kentucky. It's what has come to be known by the late Matt Calvert and myself as the Kentucky River Showdown. It's the Yellowjackets of Woodford County, the new #1 team in the Class 5A, according to the media, and the Bearcats of Anderson County. This rivalry goes back a lot of years and has been one that has seen both teams go on long win streaks against each other. The first of which the Jackets and Bearcats played the first 6 years with the Bearcats' way. The next 4 for Woodford. Then Anderson won a game, and then the Jackets won 4 more in a row. This game has been one that has featured a lot of offense, some good defense, and because where it sometimes fell on the schedule, weather. Tonight it's a beautiful night for football in Central Kentucky on the Yellowjacket Sports Network as we get you set for game number 9 of the Woodford County football season, the Yellowjackets and Bearcats. Woodford County Public Schools continues to invest in their students by giving them the best tools to have a lifetime of success through Portrait of a Learner, which is a set of 5 competencies to help them reach that success. Those competencies are a resilient learner, an empathetic communicator, a reflective collaborator, a responsible contributor, and a creative problem solver. WCPS believes strongly in the importance and significance that the Portrait of a Learner will play in the education of its students, and is eager to embrace and implement this program as Woodford County Public Schools continues to be a place where kids win. Also by University of Kentucky Sports Medicine. When it comes to sports injuries, being seen quickly is vital to getting back in the game. UK Healthcare's orthopedic surgery and sports medicine programs offer walk-in access to sports medicine specialists at their Turfland location just off Harrodsburg Road in Lexington. Their walk-in clinic is open from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. with no appointment necessary. And you can actually call them if you need to set up an appointment for a more serious type injury or a consultation at 859-218-3131. Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, the official health care provider for UK Athletics. Also by Jack Kane Ford. There are many things that set Jack Kane Ford apart, like the no-hassle, no-pressure environment when you go car shopping. The friendly sales staff makes sure you find the right vehicle for you. And above all else, Jack Kane Ford provides high-quality service, and that's what makes them one of the best dealerships in the country. So stop by today at 3405 Lexington Road or call them at 859-873-6666. Jack Kane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. We want to tell everybody about Jack Kane Ford tomorrow from noon until 4 p.m. tomorrow behind the Jack Kane dealership there on Lexington Road. They're having their fall festival. They'll have a bunch of classic cars that'll be cruising in as well. So go see them at Jack Kane Ford tomorrow from noon until 4 on Saturday. Also, it's brought to you by the Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians. For over 30 years, the fine folks at Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians have been providing quality care for every member of your family. All doctors are board certified, so ensure your family receives the diagnostic, preventative, and therapeutic care you need. And if you need an appointment, call them at 859-873-9188 or visit lexingtonclinic.com. Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians, the choice for your comprehensive care. Also by Carroll Floor Covering. Carroll Floor Covering has been in business, same location. As talked to Steve Carroll last night, same location since 1980. Carroll has provided a small family-owned and operated business, whether it's tile, carpet, laminate, hardwood, LVP, or vinyl. Carroll has it for you in a wide variety of colors. Call today and talk to Steve for a free estimate at 859-873-6919. Also want to talk a little bit about Little Mozart Piano Academy. Little Mozart Piano Academy tomorrow from 9 until 11 a.m. We'll be doing a live remote broadcast from there. Owner Luke Hippie will be joining us throughout the broadcast tomorrow as we get you set for a big weekend of things in Woodford County. But Little Mozart Piano Academy, great things happening there. A wonderful location there right at the corner of Yellowjacket Drive and Frankfort Street, right across the street from the old high school, now the Board of Education building. Go and see Luke. He has been doing this for some 20 years. He has also told me that it helps you with memory. If you're an older person and you're worried about your memory going, you can start playing some piano and listening to some music, and that will help you with your memory. It also helps you with dexterity in your hands and fingers, and it just creates a lot of great memories for you. So see Luke Hippie today at Little Mozart Piano Academy, where dreams make music. Or music makes dreams. I can't remember how you told me to do that. Luke, I've screwed it up again. I knew I would because I didn't write it down. And we'll talk about one of my favorite things to do, and that's eat. Ricardo's Restaurant, a unique southern dining experience awaits you just outside of downtown Versailles. There on Frankfort Street at Ricardo's, you have a upbeat atmosphere. You have great food and just a warm atmosphere all the way around. Ricardo's features everything from burgers to salads. Also offer entrees like the fish and chips, the famous Kentucky hot brown, and one of the best steaks you'll have anywhere in Central Kentucky. Take your family tonight to Ricardo's at 110 Frankfort Street, or call them for curbside or carry out at 873-3663. Also want to talk a little bit about our newest sponsor, the Midway Insurance Group. Midway Insurance Group just really joining us in the last week or so. Enjoy having them. I finally was able to get a new sponsor, get one from Midway. I'm glad the folks at Midway and J.W. Brown have joined us tonight, or last week they actually joined us, and just really enjoy them as they do that. Well, but the insurance group in Midway, they sponsor a lot of things, and they give you a lot of things for your money. They do home, auto, health, life, boat. They can do it all for you and take care of you. So call J.W. Brown today and see just what he has in store for you. And I'm pulling up his information now. But go see J.W. and a nice gentleman. Spent about an hour talking to him last week and really had a good time talking with him and getting to know him, and I'm glad he's joined us as he has this week. So that's a look at some of our fine sponsors. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. Welcome back to Anderson County High School on a cool night, but a very nice night for football. We are talking Anderson County, Woodford County. Now, this rivalry goes back a number of years. I won't give you that because that's going to be my trivia question tonight. But Anderson won the first 6 games. They were 6-0 against the Jackets, winning the first game here in Lawarenceburg by a score of 7-0. Oddly enough, through this series, that has been the lowest score in this series for either team. Only a 7-point score in the game. Woodford County then came back after losing the first 6. They won here in Lawrenceburg by a score of 29-0. Won the next year at home, and then won here again for one of those 3 games. And then in they won 22-18 in their next game. And then before Anderson County was able to get back on the winning ledger of the side of things, 24-0. So this game has featured a few shutouts on either side. But then they took, let's see, about a few years of a break. They quit playing in the last game they played was in 1979 here in Lawrenceburg. The next year, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 years elapsed before the Jackets would play play the Bearcats again. And in that game on the return, Anderson County won here in Lawrenceburg. The Jackets then reeled off 2 straight before losing at home to the Bearcats in one of the few shutouts in this series. And then it was kind of back and forth again. And I misspoke. I said that first game of the series was a win for Anderson, 7-0. Well, the Jackets won a game in I can't tell you the date because that would give away. But they won a game 6-0, so that was the least amount of points scored. But the Jackets rolled off another 2. So this series has been very, very up and down, very strange after the first few years of the series. So I'm going to tell you this. What year was the very first year that Woodford County and Anderson County matched up on the football field? What year was the first football game between Woodford County and Anderson County? As you see on your screen right there right now is the Kentucky River Showdown between the Bearcats and the Yellowjackets. The Jackets hold a 23-win, 22-loss record against the Bearcats. 11-9 all-time in Versailles. They are 12-13 here in Lawrenceburg, but they won that last time here in Lawrenceburg 2 years ago by a final score of 40-6. So Woodford County looking to even the all-time series here in Lawrenceburg at 13 wins apiece and take a 2-win advantage. It is the national anthem here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Well, we covered the Anderson County, Woodford County series record. And again, it was one of those games that is just really came in the middle of the season normally. There was a couple, about 4, 5, 6 years that it came right at the beginning of the year. But more often than not, it's been at the middle or towards the tail end of every regular season. So Anderson County, still a young ball club, still under the tutelage of David Buchanan, a great hire, I think, by Anderson County a couple of years ago. And we'll see what happens here tonight. They gave Woodford a tussle for the first 24 minutes of the ball game in Versailles last year. The Jackets' depth and athleticism took over the second half, and the Jackets won going away. Well, for you all, as we sit here and talk about the playoffs, I've had several people ask me about it. Well, when Class 5A shakes out, it's going to look similar to this. Now, regions 1 through 4 will play in one half of the bracket. The other half of the bracket will be regions 5 through 8. Well, the one team ahead of Woodford County in the RPI is a team we saw a couple of times in the playoffs, and once down there on the road. The other two games were at Woodford County, all 3 Woodford County victories. However, that's Pulaski County, so they are playing tonight against Southwestern in an inter-county rivalry. Southwestern, normally a really good football team to reckon with, especially at home. The unfortunate thing is they are only 1-7 on the year heading into this game tonight. So if it looks like this, right now, the biggest game in Class 5A tonight is actually taking place in Madisonville. The Maroons of Madisonville and North Hopkins taking on the Red Devils of Owensboro, the number 3 team in the RPI poll. The winner of that will be the number 1 seed out of Region 1. Apollo beat Madisonville North Hopkins 2 weeks ago, so the Eagles have that tiebreaker with Madisonville should they both tie for the same record in the district. So the Eagles will get it over the Maroons there. The 4th seed is up in grabs. It could be Marshall County, could be Graves County, and even could be Muhlenberg, because that'll be a totally different thing. So now, Region 2, the number 1 and number 2 seeds were decided last week when Bowling Green knocked off Greenwood. And then the Grayson County will take on Bowling Green tonight, so they could be 1-3 heading into this. Barron County could be in that mix as well. Warren Central will have something to do with that before it is over. Region 3, Atherton's the number 1 seed. Seneca and Butler are playing for the 2 or 3 seed tonight. Iroquois will be the 4 seed out of that. Fairdale's the number 1 seed out of Region 4. Bullitt Central's wrapped up a playoff, but they could drop down if they lose at North Bullitt or against Jeffersontown. See how that happens. Region 5, the one that Woodford County's district will match up with, Cooper is the top seed. Dixie Heights is the 2 seed. The Colonels are off tonight. Boone County plays at Cooper. Connor and Scott will play each other tonight, so this one could come down to a 3-team tie, and that will figure it out. Region 7, West Jessamine plays Madison Southern tonight in Nicholasville. Winner of that will be the number 1 seed. Montgomery County plays East Jessamine. Pulaski County is at Southwestern. And how about this? Don't go anywhere near Laurel County tonight. South and North play each other. North Laurel and South Laurel play tonight for the number 2 seed behind Pulaski County. Region 6, well, it shakes out like this. Via the 3 victories by Woodford County against Collins, South Oldham, and last week against Scott County, the Jackets will be the number 1 seed. Scott County is the number 2 seed. Even though on the KHSAA side it doesn't have it that way because Woodford's playing a game tonight. And, of course, South Oldham and Collins will play next week for the right to be the 3 or the 4 seed. So the winner of that gets 3. The loser gets 4. So if you look at that, South Oldham or Collins will be going to Cooper whoever loses that game next week. So came down to the final seconds last year. In saying all that, because the KHSAA does some things that I don't agree with or are weird, everything I just told you may be totally wrong. So we'll leave it at that. So it's Woodford County and Anderson County. I think, did the Bearcats win the toss? Yeah, so Anderson County, and they took the ball. So they deferred, so Woodford County gets the football. Per Dennis Johnson, if he wins the toss, he normally goes on offense. But Anderson won and deferred till the second half. Anderson County in the red helmets with a white stripe, the white oval, and the navy blue or midnight blue A on the side of the helmets in that oval. Red shirts with the white numerals and white pants. Woodford County in the white helmets, white jerseys with black numerals and gold trim around the numbers, and then the black pants. So Woodford County 7-1, the new media number 1 ranked team in Class 5A. Scott County is number 2. Cooper 3, Owensboro 4. But out of this district, the 5 teams, 4 of the top 10 are in Region 6. So you got Woodford 1, Scott 2, Collins I think is 7, and South Fulton might be 8 or 9. So shows you the gauntlet that every team has to go. Well, Anderson County will kick off, and they will kick off moving right to left on your listening device, whether it's your phone, your iPad, your Chromebook, your computer, or your television. We're getting ready for football. Woodford County will return. And this is the way we expect Woodford County to line up offensively tonight. We had that little situation at the end of the Scott County game last week. We don't know all that happened. We knew that was a social media outcry over that. But back deep in the middle of the field will be Elijah Ward. Here to the near side will be Christopher Reed Jr. And number 6 on the far side, that's Grayson Hodge. Hudson DeGarmo will kick off. And offensively, expect Woodford County to go. And DeGarmo kicks it. High bounce. David Jones Jr. has it, and he's tackled. And I think he lost the football, and he did. Anderson County has the early turnover. A little lax with the football, and the Bearcats have the turnover. Didn't see who made the recovery for Anderson County. But, again, that's what I'm talking about. You get a huge game last week, and David Jones made a great play over a high bouncing kick, but had the ball loose and wound up coughing it up, and the Bearcats have it at the Woodford County 32-yard line, 4 seconds in. It'll be Hudson DeGarmo at quarterback, the 6'1", 190-pound junior. Power eye behind it. They give it off to the fullback, and that is Wyatt Schaus. He'll get down to about the 30-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Anderson County. So Woodford County coughs it up to start things on the kickoff. And it'll be Eli McCann dotting the I behind Shouts, the fullback. DeGarmo, isolation play straight ahead to McCann. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 8. Jaden Kenny on the tackle. 54 for Woodford. That is Jackson Irvin. So it's 3rd down and 8 after the turnover for Anderson County from the Woodford County 30-yard line. DeGarmo in the shotgun. Trips here to the near side. He rolls left. Still rolling. Squares his shoulders, throws down, and is incomplete. Way out of reach of his receiver on a long dig route. And a flag at the 35-yard line, and it's going to be a holding penalty on Anderson County. And Woodford's going to decline the penalty, so it'll be 4th and 8. So Anderson will send in a whole new group of people, and I'm assuming this is the punt team. Nope, they're going to huddle up. So it's 4th and 8. DeGarmo in the shotgun. Twin receivers to either side. The tight end to the right. DeGarmo back to throw. He has a guy on the post pattern. Throws to McCann. Touchdown, Anderson County on 4th and 8. And the Jackets give up an early score and an early turnover. And Woodford looks a little sluggish coming out for this one. Johnson in for the extra point. As we are barely a minute 43 into this one, and Johnson's kick is up, and it's good. So a minute 43 in. Anderson County converts a turnover. They go 32 yards in 4 plays to take the early 7-0 lead. Experience endless fun and fitness at Falling Springs Rec Center. From exciting youth programs to adult fitness classes, there's something for everyone, regardless of your age. Join us for swim lessons, community events, and more. And be sure to check out their Silver Sneakers programs for seniors, making it easy to stay fit. Whether you're young or young at heart, we have activities for you to keep you healthy and active. Discover more at FallingSpringsCenter.com. Ward deep in the middle, Ward, Hodge, and Reed above him. They go to the left side here now. Takes another bounce. This one is picked up by one of the up men and knocked down. That is 21 is Aiden Powell, and dropped Hatfield on the tackle for the Bearcats. Now Woodford gets their first official offensive play from the line of scrimmage, trailing 7-0. While we have a minute, we're going to remind you, Woodford County next week will be on the road at Louisville Ballard. Game time, 8 o'clock, and it's on Thursday, October the 30th. They throw out that little screen pass out there to Tomlin. He collects it, gets up near the first down, and really that goes down as a lateral. And they gave it to 10 on it, and it's 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 40. They give it off to Tomlin again. He had 188 yards on the ground, and he just runs over a tackler there at the 45-yard line. And he got 10 on the carry, so it's, nope, they're going to make it a little bit shy, so give him 9. 2nd down and 1. Coons throws on the quick slant. Omari Joyner bobbles it and drops it. You don't see that very often. Joyner about the most sure-handed receiver that Woodford County has. And if you watched last year's video stream of the game at South Oldham, his catch between 2 defenders with one hand, dragging tacklers with him into the end zone, and on that same play, he injured his knee. It was unbelievable. With the catch he made this year against Mumford in a loss at home earlier in the year was even better. Tomlin, big hole right side, gets inside the 35, down to about the 32, and we're going to get a flag coming in late. And maybe a Personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact. What are they going to call targeting? Well, they didn't call it targeting. They're just going to call a personal foul. So he got down to the 30-yard line. Actually got down to the 33. So give him 12, and then he tag on 15 more. So it's 1st and 10, Woodford County from the Bearcat 18. We go trips to the far side. That is Joyner in the middle of the bunch. Johnson and Reitar join him. And Hodge back here to the near side. Coons back to throw. Throws on the quick slant. There's Joyner at the 7. Cuts it back. Gets into the end zone. Touchdown. Got a nice block from K. Reitar, and Joyner goes in for the touchdown. So just like that, Woodford County answers back 7-6. And that drive, a minute 33 off the clock. So we've had a couple of quick drives from both teams. And now it is Cash Wolf on for the point after. And Wolf on the season has been about automatic. The only one he missed one last week when he hit the upright, but missed one earlier in the year when it hit the snap was poor. Kick is up, and the kick is good. On the year, Wolf is 32 of 34 on extra points, make it 33 of 35 now, and 2 of 2 on both his field goal attempts this year. 7-7 early in this one from Lawarenceburg. The Wash House is a walk-in coin laundry with multiple high-capacity machines that also offers drop-off wash, dry and fold service. Located at 435 Lexington Road in Versailles with convenient hours and location, it makes it an ideal place for your busy schedule. Wash House also offers service for horse blankets at $15, king and queen size blankets $20, and large rugs $20 to $50 depending on size. Come let the Wash House do the dirty work for you and tell them you heard it here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Hatfield, the far side, and Donovan Follis here on the near side. They both are standing outside the hash marks, closer to the numbers, as Wolf will tee it up on the far side left hash. He'll kick it this side, and Woodford County's got to touch it before it got to the 50, and that one didn't go very well. So it'll be illegal touching, and Anderson County will have it 1st and 10 at the Woodford County 48-yard line. Let's go offensively first for Anderson County. Up front from left tackle, it's Clayton Stratton, 6'2", 265, and a sophomore. Keaton Bauer, 6'2", 265, and a senior, is the left guard. The center is Kyle Johnson, 6'4", 254, and a senior. Jaden Hicks, 5'9", 224, and a junior. And William Rayleigh, 5'10", 240, and a junior up front. DeGarmo, as I mentioned, the fullback is Wyatt Schaus, 6'2", 203, and a junior. DeGarmo with everybody in tight. He'll bring Fallis in motion. They'll fake it. DeGarmo will keep it up the middle, squirts through, and gets down to the Woodford County 41-yard line, or 42 it looks like. It'll be 2nd down and about 2. Well, they're going to give him the 42, so he needs the 39. So he got 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Well, actually, they give him 6 on the play, so it's 2nd down and 4. Woodford County, Anderson County tied at 7. The Bearcats took advantage of a fumble on the opening kickoff. 4 plays, 32 yards, and on a 4th and 8 play, DeGarmo hits Eli McCann for the touchdown. DeGarmo rolls right, throws. That one is nearly picked off by Christopher Reed. That'll be 3rd and 4. Reed probably should have had that one. Let it get into his shoulder pads and bounced off. If he gets his hands up, it looked like maybe his right hand was still down, probably unable to get it up because he was tied up with the receiver. But if he gets both hands on that, he should have secured it, and the Jackets are in business. But it's 3rd and 4. DeGarmo with Schaus in the offset eye behind the left tackle. McCann the tailback. Receivers either side. Counter play and nothing doing, as that is number 22, Jalen McKinney on the stop. Jaden McKinney, 6'1", 205-pound junior. A loss of about a yard. We do have, I think, maybe illegal procedure or maybe a illegal formation against the Bearcats. They're going to decline the penalty. It came back to bite the Jackets on the first series after the turnover. And Anderson County going to go for it on 4th and 4 from the Woodford County 43-yard line. 4th and 5, excuse me. To go right, jump pass across the middle, broken up. Elias Tackett was in the way and just couldn't readjust himself, but it looks like that was Wyatt Peters that got a hand in there to break it up, and the Jackets take over on downs. So it's 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 43-yard line, tied at 7 with 8:07 to play in the first quarter of action. Not a lot of huge games around the area this week. The biggest one in Lexington probably is the Henry Clay Tate's Creek game, just because they're longtime rivals. Twin receivers to either side. They give it off to Tomlin. Here he comes down the right side. He will fight to the 45-yard line. May have marked him out shy of that. We'll see. It'll be 2nd down. They gave him 2. 2nd down and 8. Aldridge on the tackle for the Bearcats. Up front offensively for Woodford County, it's Carson Bugg, the left tackle, 6'6", 290 and a senior. Caleb Connell, 5'10", 265 and a senior. Rytar in motion, and we have a flag, and it looks like the left tackle moved, and that was Cottle, or is that Robbins? False start against Woodford County. Looks like they dropped Carson Bugg down to left guard tonight. Looks like Robbins has moved in there to left tackle. So Bugg goes, as I said, 6'6", 265. Robbins, 6'2", 250 and a junior. Cameron Johnson, the center, 6'3", 260 and a sophomore. Justin Perez, 6'4", 310 and a junior. Dylan Branson, 6'3", 255 and a sophomore. Grayson Hodge in motion. They give it on the jet sweep. Cuts up the blockers. Cuts up again inside the 50. Has the first down into Anderson County territory at the 45-yard line. So give him 15, and it's 1st and 10, Woodford County. Hodge, very adept at setting up his blocks and being patient running that jet sweep. Twin receivers, Woodford County, no huddle. Give it off to Tomlin right up the middle. Breaks the tackle, spins down inside the 40 to the 37. Give him 8 more, and it'll be 2nd down and 2. For those of you all that are listening to the broadcast and not catching Kentucky and Purdue at halftime, last score was Kentucky 38-30 at halftime over the Boilermakers. Throughout here, that's Rytar. He gets the first down and gets down to about the 31-yard line. Rytar on the catch. He got down to the 30, so we'll give him 8. Quick, they give it off to Ryan Brown. Big hole up the middle. Breaks the tackle. 10, 5. Touchdown, Yellowjackets. 13-7 now, Woodford County with 7:04 to play. We've had 20 points scored in less than 5 minutes of action. I think Woodford County fans have seen this song before, like a week ago, when 107 points and 1,100 yards of offense between the two teams. Wolf on to, now this is Urbina on to kick the extra point. Urbina's kick is up, and the kick is good. So Urbina in, and Urbina on the year he missed one game with his soccer duties. Of course, the boys soccer team losing in the region semifinals to North Oldham in a shootout, I believe, too. But Urbina on the year is 11 of 12 on extra points. So we're 4 minutes, 56 seconds in, and we've already had 21 points scored. It's 14-7 Woodford County. How about growing up in Kentucky means you are raised to love sweets, and that includes a delicious donut. Well, just outside for sales on US 60, you'll get a little piece of heaven. It's called Dough Daddy's Donuts. They offer a wide variety of donuts like the classic glaze, Long John's, jelly-filled, cinnamon buns, and apple fritters, or the Elvis Presley donut, which is a glaze with caramel icing and crumbled bacon on it. And when various holidays arrive, then you get special offers from the donut shop there, holiday-themed donuts, which means you'll have to come back time after time so you can try them all. Treat yourself, the family, workmates, or your office mates by shopping at Dough Daddy's Donuts, 3325 Lexington Road, or by calling them at 873-1355. Kick comes down. This is Fallis. He'll get up to near the 30-yard line. He looks like he's going to be knocked down at about the 27 after a return of about 7 yards. Looks like they marked him on the 27. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. From their own 20, they gave them the 26 actually, so it'll be 1st and 10 Bearcats from their own 26. Wishbone formation, and we have a whistle. And it's offsides against Woodford County, it looks like. And it's encroachment against the Yellowjackets. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone. And it's 1st and 5 now for Anderson County from their own. Now, I'm not very good at math, but I know 26 plus 5 is to the 31, not the 32. Interesting. So my math teacher, Miss Rollins, would be happy to know that I can add. Power I formation. Strength to the left. McCann dots that. DeGarmo rolls left, looks, sets his feet, throws off his back foot. There's nobody out there. He's looking for somebody, and nobody there, as it looks like Darian Tomlin pressuring DeGarmo. And it's 2nd down and 5. Looks like DeGarmo was expecting somebody to run a deeper dig route, and there was nobody there coming across the field. So it's 2nd down and 5 on their own 31-yard line. Fallis in motion. Stops in front of DeGarmo. DeGarmo fakes it, cuts it up the middle. He has the 1st down up over the 40 to the 41. We'll give him 10. It'll be 1st and 10 Bearcats from their own 41-yard line. That was one of those where DeGarmo made the decision and made it early. Once he kept the football and cut it up, and he went through the hole at full speed instead of what I call happy feet, just kind of dancing in there. That slows you down. But the junior got the 1st down, so it'll be 1st and 10 Bearcats from their own 41-yard line, trailing 14-7 with 6:20 to play in the opening quarter. Beasley in motion. They give it off on the deep handoff to McCann. He got hit in the backfield, and I believe that was Elias Tackett. Nope, that was Sam Hash, the senior who missed the first 7 games with a major set of broken bones in his left hand. And he's playing with a big cast on that left hand. And looks like right now, he's in there for Elias Tackett at the Mike linebacker. So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Bearcats from their own 41-yard line. McCann did a good job to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They give it off on the same play to McCann. He runs into his own blocker in the hole and falls forward for a couple. And he will get to the 44, so it's 3rd and 7 now for the Bearcats from their own 44-yard line. They need to get to the Woodford County 49. .445 and the clock moving here in the first quarter. 14-7 Yellowjackets. Beasley in motion. They're going to pitch it back on the flea flicker to DeGarmo. He's in trouble, and he's going to be dropped for a sack. And that is Darian Tomlin. Throws him back to the 32-yard line. The first guy that got there that fouled it up, though, was Jordan Holman. Holman, the junior. And then the other junior, Darian Tomlin, who has been on fire running the football. Last year, he spent most of his time, it seemed like, not in pads, but he was dressed out in uniform, but not dressed in pads because he had, I think, a turf toe problem, then a calf issue, and it was just one of those situations. Alsabrook kicks this thing straight up in the air. Well, it hit at the Woodford County 48, take an Anderson County bounce into Woodford County territory, and will die at the Yellow Jacket 42-yard line. 26-yard punt off the right foot of Alsabrook. And now Woodford County will have it for their 4th possession of the game, leading 14-7. Mentioned some games, and the biggest one maybe cross classes is Scott County traveling to Fort Thomas tonight to take on the Bluebirds of Highlands. 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 46-yard line. So they gave him a little bit better bounce. Coons back to throw, across the middle, caught by Rytar and then broken up. Now, I don't know what this is going to be. There's a flag late. Now, I don't know if they're going to get him with leading with the helmet. That's the only thing I can think of. It wasn't pass interference, or if they call him maybe a defenseless receiver. I don't know. We'll have to see what they say, but the white hat talking to the back judge. Let's see what we've got. Rytar is shaken up. He'll go to the sidelines and waves off the training staff. Let's see what we've got. The back judge I didn't see what they called. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. The only thing I can think of was they're going to get him for a defenseless receiver, but maybe he went a little high and maybe there was contact to the helmet. I don't know. That's where, sitting up here, I don't get to hear all that. 1st and 10, Woodford County from the 39 of Anderson now. They throw it out in the flat to Hodge. Hodge with a shifty move gets inside the 40 and will get down to maybe about the 35-yard line. Stratton and Smith on the tackle for the Bearcats. He got 4 to be 2nd down and 6. They give it off to Tomlin up the middle behind his big right guard. This is Tomlin out to the right side. Rytar, who's back in there, he gets a block downfield, and Tomlin will get in for the touchdown. So it's 20-8 now, Woodford County. 20-7, I should say. In there at center on that series was Cody Batista, 5'8", 270-pound junior. But Tomlin got behind his big right guard, Justin Perez, and I'd run behind him too. 6'4", 310. Wolf on for the extra point, and he knocks it straight through. By Wolf. Wolf with his 34th extra point on the year, and Woodford County now leads with 3:05 to play in the first quarter, 21-7. Well, you know, are you tired of all the cookie cutter workout gyms? And you know who they are. Well, we got a new one in Versailles. They are based in Lexington, but they have a new location in Versailles, Lexington Road Plaza, in the old Cato's building. You go see them today. They have Nautilus, they have free weights, they have classes from your Pilates to yoga classes to boot camp classes. They have an ice bath for you, a sauna. They have a tanning bed. Go see them today. It is a brand new gym with an old school vibe. Go see Kentucky Gym today on Lexington Road in the Lexington Plaza. Wolf will kick off again. Now that's Wolf. He'll kick it out of bounds this time, and it'll go out of bounds about the 30, so it'll be moved up to the 35-yard line. That's where it'll be for Anderson County, 1st and 10. Well, in case you're wondering, just in case, Woodford County's opponent next week looks like Anderson's going to just take the penalty and move Woodford County back 5 yards and have them kick it again. But Woodford County's opponent next week, Ballard, is at Eastern tonight. Normally that would be a great game on the schedule. Eagles are struggling. Bruins have won 3 or 4 games this year, but they'll be a tough host. Jackets won last year 27-24 in overtime over Ballard. So Wolf will kick off again. It looks like McCann. No, that's not McCann. That is Eldridge and who? Beasley back deep for. Oh, that's not Beasley. That is Mackey back deep for the Bearcats. Wolf kicks it off. He approaches it. It'll come down on the far side to. Oh, he almost broke that one out of there. That was Hudson Hatfield on the return. He's going to be knocked down at over the 37-yard line. Trying to look here and see. The games tonight, but anyway. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats from their own 36-yard line, trailing now 21-7. They give it off deep to, I believe that's McCann. Holman on the tackle. And it was McCann on the carry. He got 4 to be 2nd down and 6. I think I just heard that. How much time was left in that UK game? It was over. They won. They were up 17. How much they went? They won by 17? Wow. Look out. They pitch it back. This is McCann running left. He makes a nice cut. Got behind a block. He's still going forward. Got a 1st down as Woodford County got to the ball in numbers, but none of them wanted to take him to the ground. They were raking at the football. Tough run by Eli McCann. Got him the 1st down to midfield. They give it off to the fullback, Schaus, and he gets inside Woodford County territory. Looks like they're going to mark him down to 47, so it's 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3. Sam Hash on the tackle for the Jackets, and he is in there right now for Elias Tackett. Don't know if Elias is shaken up or what's going on there. And I want to correct myself. I thought that Collins South Oldham game was next week. It's tonight in Crestwood. That should be a good one. Was last year. Power eye behind DeGarmo, the tight end to the left. Wide out, Vallis to the right. They give it off deep to Hatfield, and he'll get maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down now and 6 for the Bearcats as we're under now a minute to play in what has been a long first quarter. So it's 3rd and about 7 now for Anderson as he got back to the original line of scrimmage on that play. So they may or may not get this play off. And Woodford County going to take a timeout with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Wow. Timeout on the field. Woodford County leading 21-7 with 4.6 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Also want to talk about, I don't care how cold it is outside. Last year when the ice came through there briefly and all that snow, they were open. I couldn't get the car out of the driveway, but I walked over to Dairy Queen and had me a good old nice banana split blizzard. Go see Dairy Queen today. You'll help out a lot of folks in Woodford County because they do a lot to support the community there in Woodford County. 2 Dairy Queen locations, one on Frankfort Street, the original location, then one out on US 60 headed towards Lexington at Huntertown Road. Go see them today, where happy tastes good. Also want to talk about, as I mentioned before, Collision Masters of Lexington. Collision Masters of Lexington, Josh and David Wilson. If you got a dent, a scratch, or whatever, go see them today. Making your day better is their family's business. They give it off to McCann on a trap play, and he gets down to the 44-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 4 for Anderson County when we come back on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Well, Woodford County has forced a 4th and 5 for the Bearcats from the Woodford County 44-yard line. Back deep is Elijah Ward. 2 weeks ago, he took a kick back to the house. He's had one call. He's had a punt return call back. He's had a kickoff return call back. Snaps are good. Alsobrook will get the punt away. It'll be a line drive kick. Comes down to Ward at the 18. He angles off to the right. He has room. He breaks a tackle. 50, 45, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Yellowjackets. And no flags. That was an 82-yard touchdown kick, punt return for a touchdown. And when he broke that tackle at about the 45-yard line, once he gets in the open field, there's not many people that can catch him. Urbina will be on to try the extra point. Woodford County now up 27-7. Urbina on, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 28-7, Woodford County on top with 11:43 to play in the first half. Jackets turned the ball over on the opening kickoff. Anderson County made them pay. 4 plays, 32 yards, a touchdown from DeGarmo to McCann. Extra point was good, and it's been all Woodford County since then. Jackets looking to move to 8-1, a perfect 4-0 with back-to-back district championships. Hatfield and Crutcher back now for Anderson County. And it will be, oh, that's Wolf again. Nope, I think that's Urbina now. Boy, they keep switching them on me too. This is Hatfield from the 17. He angles off to the left, gets up over the 30, and will get up to the 34-yard line, where that's where Anderson County will take over 1st and 10. They're going to mark it at the 30. Actually, they're going to give him the 32. I thought he got closer to the 35. But, okay. So 11:36 to play in the first half. Woodford County 28-7. Straight eye formation. Looks like 2 tight ends. They give it off to McCann. He's hitting the backfield. First guy there was number 57. Castillo on the tackle. 5'10", 240 and a senior. Loss of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13 for the Bearcats. Beasley to the left. Fallis here to the right. Offset eye in the backfield. McCann the tailback. Schaus the fullback. 2 tight ends. DeGarmo will roll right. Throws behind Schaus, who had a hold of it. And it'll be 3rd and 13. Elias Tackett back in there now. It is Mike linebacker. 3rd and 13 now for the Bearcats. So they'll go twin receivers. Nobody in the backfield. Tight end to the right. DeGarmo back to throw. Looks for a middle screen to the tight end, Alsabrook. That ball was knocked away. I don't know if they're going to call a flat. Final score from Rupp Arena. How about this? 78-65, Big Blue. So it's 1st and 10, Woodford County from the Anderson County 29-yard line. Aiden Powell now the running back. 2 receivers to either side. Timeout called by Anderson County. So we also want to talk about City National Bank. City National Bank putting people first since 1954. 2 locations in Versailles. One on Marseilles Road and then one downtown off South Main Street. If you have a child that's wanting to go through start a job, they need a banking account, go see them. They'll help you out today at City National Bank. Also by Family Wealth Group. If with all the high prices of groceries and gas and various things, medical products, also medications, doctor's office visits, go see the folks at Family Wealth Group. They have a number of locations across the state of Kentucky and one in West Virginia. They have London, the main office down there. They also have one in Lexington, just over in Hamburg over there. Also have one in Harrisburg and Georgetown, and then one in Hurricane, West Virginia. Go see them today. They can help you where wealth management and retirement is not supposed to be scary. They bring Tomlin out of the backfield. Ryan Brown is now the running back to the right of the quarterback. Coons rolls right, looks, throws behind his intended receiver, Jalen Johnson. 2nd down and 10 for Yellowjackets. We do know the Jackets in 2 weeks will be playing a home game as far as the first round of the playoffs. Now their opponent is yet to be determined. It could be Boone County, it could be Connor, it could be even Scott. Just depends on how this Friday night rolls out. Coons back to throw, quick slant, looking this time for David Jones Jr. It's incomplete. 3rd and 10. From the 29-yard line of Anderson County. After the turnover, each team has turned it over one time. Anderson County was able to convert for their only points on the board off their fumble recovery. Woodford County trying to do the same here. Coons with Brown to his right. Gives it off to Brown. Gets inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Actually, they're going to give him the 27, so it'll be 4th, and they're going to give him 3. So give him 4th and 7. And it looks like the Jackets are going to go for it. Joyner and Hodge here to the right. Joyner the widest. Johnson and Jones to the left. Jones is the widest. Steps up, throws down for Coons, and it's knocked away. And Anderson County will take over on downs as Nicholas Aldridge got his hand on the football and knocked it away. So Anderson County has it 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line with 9:47 to play in the first half. And it's Woodford County 28, Anderson County 7. So Wyatt Peters back in there at safety. The linebackers now are the Mike. Linebacker inside is Elias Hackett. Kingston Dumas is the Will linebacker. They pitch it back to Mackey on the toss sweep, and he's going to lose back to the 27-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Got him a yard. Twin receivers here to this side. The tight end also to the right. Mackey in motion, and they have a whistle. And what do we have? A stoppage with a flag here on the near side. Either offsides on Woodford County, and it is encroachment on the Yellowjackets. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 now for the Bearcats. Now, I've never understood why sometimes in high school football, an official will flag a defender for being in the neutral zone lining up. Sometimes he stops it as the play begins like he just did. So it's 2nd down and 4. Caldwell now the fullback who gets the carry, and it looks like he's going to get close to the 1st down. Caldwell on the tackle. He's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. Actually, a little less than that. So it's 3rd and inches for the Bearcats from their own 26-yard line. So, 36-yard line. Not real high up here, and I can see the numbers. But so it's 3rd and inches. They give it off to the fullback, Caldwell, and he's going to have the 1st down, but boy, he had to earn it. He got up to that's actually Schaus on the carry. He got just enough past the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10. Boy, he really earned that one as Caldwell comes back in to replace Schaus at fullback. Woodford moving a lot of guys around on that defensive front. Right now they have a whole new group in there. Looks like Jones is Thunder. They pitch it back to, I believe that's McCann, and he is straightened up in the backfield and dropped. Josiah McKee on the tackle. McKee on the tackle back to the 35-yard line to be a loss of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Bearcats. Right now you have McKee in there. Looks like number 42 for the Jackets as well. That is Elijah Huff, 5'10", 225 junior. Trying to run wide. That is Mackey. He's going to be dropped for a loss. And that is Jaden McKinney again for a tackle for a loss. Jackets have been tremendous defensively for tackling for a loss. They have 72 tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage on the year. They've had 4 or 5 now. They have 15 and a half sacks as a team. McKee leads in that category with 4 sacks. He has 13 tackles for a loss also to lead in that category. 3rd and 20. DeGarmo back to throw, rolling right, looking on the flag pattern. It's intercepted by Zion Brown. Zion Brown with his first interception of the year. 2nd takeaway for Woodford County, and the Jackets will have it at the 46-yard line of Woodford County with 5:46 to play in the opening half. 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Tomlin back in at running back. Johnson, Hodge, and Rytar out to the right. Joyner back here along to the left side. Coons back to throw. Throws in the middle of the field. That's caught by Johnson. 1st down into the 45 of Anderson County to about the 43-yard line maybe. Gain of 13. It'll be 1st and 10 Woodford County. McCann on the stop for the Bearcats. Hodge now here to the near side. They give it off to Tomlin. Bounces it outside. Up the gut. Back inside the 35. Down to near the 30-yard line. To be a gain of 12. I think Jacket fans are starting to see the original. Coming into tonight, Tomlin had 788 yards rushing, 13 touchdowns. Back to throw. Coons looking. Has Jalen Johnson. Touchdown. And it's 34-7 now, Woodford County. Jalen Johnson, a 30-yard touchdown pass from Coons. The Yellowjackets now lead by 27. And I believe Mason Wolf will be back on. Yep, Cash Wolf back on to kick the extra point. Wolf on to try the extra point. And we get a late whistle from the line judge here. I don't know if the kick went through or not, but let's see what we got. Was it a delay of game? What in the world did they call here? The Whitehead made what it looked like. Looked like it was looked like he's unsportsmanlike. Is that what it was? What in the world did he call? He made a couple of hand signals, but who knows? Going to kick it from, they moved it back 5, so it looked like Woodford was maybe high snap brought down. The kick is up, and he got it through somehow. The snap was high, and a good job by the holder getting it down for Woodford County. That was Jesse Duncan, the freshman. But Wolf somehow got it across the crossbar. 35-7 now, Woodford County here in Lawarenceburg. Again, I want to remind everybody, next Friday night, we're not going to be on the air. That's because we're going to be on the night before. Ballard just changed the game time and game date to October the 30th. Kickoff will be at 8 o'clock in Louisville. They changed that, I believe, yesterday through emails. So Yellowjackets will be on the road next Thursday night. 35-7, Woodford County on top. It'll be Wolf to kick it off. I believe that's Wolf, or is that Urbina? That looks like it's Wolf. Can't tell. Up, that's Urbina. That one went up over the head. That's picked up by Zion Brown. That was just kind of a pooch kick that went right above the head, over the head of the front wall, and the Jackets recover it. A 5:01 play, or 5:01 time left on the clock here in the first half. So Woodford County will have a chance here. Jace Carroll in at quarterback now for Woodford County. He gives it off to Aiden Powell, bounces it off, cuts it back up inside the 35, down to the 30-yard line, gives him 12. It'll be 1st and 10, Woodford County. Carroll is now the quarterback. Jace goes 5'10", 185, and a sophomore for the Jackets. So getting a lot of young guys in there right now. Still have the receiving core in there, but you have a couple of sophomores in. They give it off to Powell, running right, gets around the corner, and is knocked down and out of bounds by a couple of Bearcats over there. Powell on the carry again. That was Antoine Beeman on the stop for Anderson. Give him 2nd down and 7 for Woodford County. Clock arrested at 4:34 when he got knocked out of bounds, and we have a whistle on the play and a false start. Now, that's a play in the high school and college ranks I don't get sometimes. You get everybody stops and stands up and walks around and gets the check with me on the sidelines, but you get all that other stuff. So a 5-yard penalty on Woodford moves it back 5, so it's 2nd down and 12 now for Woodford. And another flag on the play. And a delay of game this time. So it's 2nd down and 17 now. So 2nd down and 17 for Woodford County from the Bearcat 36. Give it off to Powell. He's hit at the 35 and gets down to the 33-yard line. Now we have a flag on the play on the far side. And all of a sudden now we get, I don't think the far side line judge had gotten the memo. He's got a yellow flag and all his partners have pink flags for Cancer Awareness Month. It's a face mask on Anderson County, and let's see what it is. Is it the 15? Nope, it's the 5-yard inadvertent. So it's 2nd down and 12 now. Actually, no. I thought that was, well, it's 2nd down and about 8 now. Don't get that. Carroll back to throw, pumps, pulls it down, rolls out right. He has Champagne out here in the flat wide open, and he gets the 1st down inside the 20. Another flag on the play. And I think we have both players are going to get it. So it's going to be an offsetting penalty. Offense. Personal foul. That just simply means that officials are sending words to both teams. Clean it up. Pistol formation with Powell behind Carroll. Carroll, 2-step drop, looks left, looks right. Rolls, has a man open in the middle. Johnson, touchdown. 41-7, Woodford County. Urbina on for the extra point now. Out of the hold of Duncan. High snap. Duncan gets it down. Urbina kicks it up and kicks it through the uprights. 42-7, Woodford County. Timeout on the field. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, I misspoke. South Holden Collins, probably the game of the week here in Central Kentucky or semi-Central Kentucky. How about another game in Louisville tonight for the district championship in Class A? The number 1 ranked Kentucky Country Day Bearcats taking on the Eagles of Campbellsville. That should be a good one. It'll be Wolf to kick off for Woodford County. Hatfield and Crutcher back deep. Crutcher on the far side. Wolf will approach the football, and he drives this one down the middle of the field. It hits at the 25. Crutcher picks it up at the 20, loses it, and will fall down inside the 25 at about the 24, maybe the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Anderson County. So Woodford County with a lot of new faces on defense right now. McKee still in there. Ward still in there. We have Castillo down as a defensive tackle along with Higgins for Woodford County. They give it off. Nope, DeGarmo still has it. He's looking deep. He has a man open, Fallis, but he just misses him. 2nd down and 10. Looking for Fallis. Buddy, my friends down in Spencer County tonight in Taylorsville, they're hosting Grant County.
So if you are trying to track a phone, it's not under the press box, it's inside the press box.
For the final time in history, Hopkinsville and Christian County tonight. They will combine to make a huge 6A school. I believe it's going to be called Christian County Central. They give it off to McCann. He gets up to the 30-yard line.
McCann, the ball carrier, right up the middle.
It'll be 3rd and about 4. Holman on the tackle for Woodford County.
That's a gain, about 7 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 3 for Anderson County.
So 3rd down for the Bearcats. Power eye to the right, double tight end. Hollis out to the right. They give it back to McCann on the pitch. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Led by the charge for Woodford County, Jackson Irvin, along with Neo Jones. McKee also there. And it'll be 4th.
4th and 3, Bearcats.
Hash and looks like Neo Jones now in there at will linebacker. Hash at Mike, Jones at the will. They have 2 receivers out to the far side. And a timeout, Woodford County, just as it happened. They have trips here to the right and 2 back to the left.
Timeout, Woodford County.
want to thank again all of our fine sponsors. I want to remind you a couple of things going on around the area tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning from 9 till 11. I'll be at Little Mozart Piano Academy doing a live remote. Come out and see us over there tomorrow morning at Yellowjacket Drive and Frankfort Street. And if you're as old as I am, you remember it's the old Scotty's building. And I know all you young folks just went, Scotty's? What? What was that? Well, it precursed Ollie's Trolley and White Castle. Same kind of deal. 4th and 3 for Anderson County from their own 30-yard line. Zagarmo looking, throwing up, and Brown's got his second interception of the night. And he's tackled back in Anderson County territory.
Carlos pass, intercepted by number 13, Zion Brown.
Brown with his second interception of the year, the second of the night. Woodford County takes over. 1st and 10
Anderson County, 38-yard line.
from the Anderson County 38. So Woodford County will go to the locker room, leading here at halftime 42-7. So the Jackets gave up the early turnover, turned into points, and that was the only points of the first half for the Bearcats. But Woodford County turned out and flexed the muscles and got the 42-7 lead. Again, tomorrow, as I said, 9 to 11, we'll be at the Little Mozart Piano Academy at the corner of Frankfort Street and Yellowjacket Drive. The official address is Yellowjacket Drive. And then tomorrow from noon until 4, out behind Jack Kane Ford on Lexington Road, they'll be having their fall festival. They'll be having live music. Some vendors will be there. Food trucks will be there, along with some old-style cruising cars will cruise in. That's Jack Kane Ford from noon until 4 tomorrow afternoon. I want to remind everybody again, coming up next week, Woodford County on the road for the second straight year. We'll go to Louisville Ballard and take on the Bruins at their home field. That'll be a Thursday night game. The game time is changed as well as the date. It'll be an 8 o'clock kickoff for Woodford County and Ballard for the third straight year as Woodford County takes on the Bruins. Timeout. We'll be back after halftime here on the Yellowjacket Sports Network. Woodford County 42-7 over the Bearcats. Back here at halftime, Woodford County leading 42-7 over Anderson County. And again, I'm going to try to help you all understand the 5A, Region 5, Region 6 matchups that potentially could happen in 2 weeks. Woodford County will be the number 1 seed out of Region 6. That is determined. Didn't matter what happened here tonight. The Jackets, via their wins over Scott County, South Oldham, and Collins, locked up that number 1 seed last week. The other thing that people need to understand is the Region 5 that matches up with Region 6 in the first 2 rounds of the play, or matches up with each other in the first rounds, looks like this. Cooper should knock off Boone County. And if Gary Ball is listening, because I know you had a game tonight that was probably over real early too, as Casey County visited Lexington Catholic. But that being said, that Region 5 is pretty much decided right now. Cooper, with a win tonight, locks up the number 1 seed. Dixie Heights, via their wins over Boone, Connor, and Scott, has locked up the number 2 seed. The Colonels are off tonight. They play Ryle next week. So Boone County is playing Cooper tonight. Connor is playing Scott tonight. If Connor wins, Connor would be the 3 seed, and Boone County would be in Versailles in 2 weeks. If Scott upsets Connor, now that throws it into a 3-team tie, and then it goes to a lot of different factors. The first thing it would be head-to-head. Well, Boone County was beaten by Connor. Scott and Boone played. So, I mean, it's just going to be a really weird thing. So we'll figure it out who Woodford County will play. They will play one of 3 teams. They'll play Boone County, Connor, or Scott. We just know that. Now, the Jackets have played Boone County a couple of times, splitting those 2 games in the history. Connor, and I'll tell everybody this story because as a young kid, when I say a young kid, I was probably 8 years old. And we went up north to take on the Cougars of Connor in Hebron. I have never seen it before, and I've not seen it since. Woodford County had 3 15-yard penalties on the same play. One was a personal foul. The other 2 were unsportsmanlike that they had forced all 3 fouls on. They also had, I think, 6 coaches at the time, head coach and 5 assistants. 5 coaches were ejected. 1 coach was on the sidelines. I believe it was the head coach still. So the bus drivers had to come down to the field to help keep the team in line. So it was an interesting trip to Connor. But the Cougars or Rebels or the Eagles will come down to Versailles in 2 weeks to take on Woodford County at Community Stadium. Game time will be decided. I will say this about next week's game. Let me get back to the Ballard game. I don't know if Woodford County fans have checked the Ballard website for GoFan. I was informed by a Woodford County fan tonight who did it before he came to the game here tonight. They are charging $10 per person. Now, I don't know if students have a different price, but $10 for adults to get into the ball game next Friday night. But I want a big crowd. If you don't go down to Ballard, then listen to us or catch the video streaming on the Yellowjacket Sports Network. So that's next week. So I'll give you a heads up in case you haven't checked on tickets. But $10 for adults to get in next week at Ballard. The game time, 8 o'clock on Thursday night. So I've told you all those scenarios. Now, Woodford County's the number 1 seed. Scott County's the number 2 seed out of Region 6. Okay? The Jackets get the number 1 seed, regardless of what happened here tonight. The Jackets get the number 1 seed because they beat Scott, Collins, and South Oldham. So all the head-to-head things with 1 loss in the district Doesn't matter. Now, that being said, the night, now Woodford's won 2 Scott. That was for the district title last week, and that 2 seeds are set. Collins and South Oldham are playing tonight in Crestwood. The winner is the 3 seed and will go to Dixie Heights. The loser, the 4 seed, will go to Cooper. So those are the only 2 things we know for sure in 2 weeks. So we know that Woodford County will host and Scott County will host, and they'll be in opposite brackets. So they can meet in round 3 or 4. So Scott County, Woodford County. So if you were there last week at Community Stadium, whenever they meet up again, if they do, both teams, it'll be a war and it'll be an absolute crazy game. The second thing you might want to understand about that is if you weren't there last week, I have a question. Where were you? Because it was a huge crowd at Community Stadium in Versailles last Friday night. So, we talked about all those games and stuff. So we'll see what happens after tonight's action, because that's going to be determined whether or not we have some interesting things. So, again, I want to remind you, tomorrow from noon until 4, Jack Kane Ford behind the dealership there on Lexington Road, their fall festival. You go check that out and be there for that and to support Jack Kane Ford, who not only supports the Yellowjacket Sports Network and what I do, and of course I've talked about my longtime friendship with Bob Kane and the Kane family, but they also support Woodford County Public Schools. They have the Drive for Your School program, which I heard was a huge success, where they brought out brand new cars and trucks from the Ford dealership, and every test drive you got, that wound up being a lot more money than I think they even thought for the athletic department. So that was wonderful for that. But they also do wonderful things. They had a Pack Your Truck for the Woodford County Food Pantry about a month ago. That went well. They just gave money to the cancer research. So go out and support Jack Kane Ford with the Fall Festival there tomorrow from noon until 4, and get yourself some food. They got some food truck vendors that are going to be there. They also have some live music. They'll have some other types of vendors there as well. And they'll have some old-style cars coming in that I'm looking forward to seeing some of those tomorrow as well. So come out 12 until 4 at Jack Kane Ford. Now, I'll be at the Little Mozart Piano Academy tomorrow from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. for a live remote. We'll have Luke Hippie, the owner of the academy there, talking about his time as a piano instructor. But here's the deal with Luke. I've known Luke a long time. Didn't recognize who he was till I met his dad. So, Luke has done it for 20-plus years, and he tells you a lot of great things about the piano that can help you with dexterity with your fingers, helps you with your memory and your eyes, and just a lot of great things. And it's, where they just really I've gotten to meet some of his young students when I've gone in there to talk with him. So just go by there. Come out and see us tomorrow. We'll have some snacks. Come in and say hi. Come in and hang out with us for a few minutes. It'll be great to see everybody. We're about 45 seconds from the start of the second half. It'll be a running clock from this point forward. And Woodford County's So Woodford County will kick off to begin the second half as both teams are out here on the field. Finally found what I was looking for, but Little Mozart Piano Academy, where music is the answer. A lot of different things can be determined with that. I mean, just if you ever notice you listen to your favorite band, how it kind of relaxes you, maybe. But come out and see us tomorrow. We would love to see everybody over at the Piano Academy, and who knows, he may treat you to a little bit of a concert. No challenge, Luke. Just asking you, though. Let's see what we got here on some scores, if I can give them to you here at halftime. We have no final scores, but last night Atherton wrapped up their district title with a 50-0 victory over Iroquois. It was Bethlehem 42, Holy Cross of Louisville 27, and Newport Central Catholic over Bellevue 47-6. There's a good game up in the mountains tonight. Well, actually in Johnson County. Johnson Central's playing host to Ashland Blazer. That's a pretty good game. Bryan Station is at Madison Central tonight. Covington Catholic is at Mason County. Big time game in Laurel County tonight. South Laurel is visiting North Laurel. So we're about ready to start the third quarter here. Woodford County on top, 42-7. And I was mistaken on the site for Southwestern and Pulaski County. The Maroons are hosting the Warriors down there.
Ready to start this second half here in Lawarenceburg, Kentucky. We got number 1, Hatfield, and number 29, Crutcher, back for a seat.
Crutcher and Hatfield for the Bearcats. As Wolf kicks it off, this one comes down on the run, hits Crutcher the shoulder pads. He has trouble picking it up. He will get it at the 23-yard line.
Looks like Crutcher fell on that ball.
So the Bearcats will begin from their 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Third quarter action from Laurel County. It's North Laurel leading South Laurel 14-3. McCann and Schaus. Schaus, the fullback, behind the right guard. DeGarmo rolls right, in trouble. McKee's got him and drops him inside the 10.
We got a sack.
Nope, that was DeMarcos Jones. I'm sorry.
Looks like number 24.
That was DeMarcos Jones on the sack.
Got a 14-yard loss. Setting up second and long for the Bears.
Second down and about 24 now for Anderson County. Jackets Ball's loose, and I think DeMarcos Jones has it.
Pass was complete to Beasley. And he ends up fumbling, recovered by the Yellowjackets. Looks like that ball spotted on the Anderson County 13-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 Woodford from the Anderson County 13-yard line. Carroll back in at quarterback for the Jackets. Big hit on the far side over there. That was Aiden Powell on the carry.
Got a run on the right side. Big hit. Lead number 14.
That was Smith on the tackle. Powell on the carry. He got 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Powell will be dropped at about the 10-yard line.
Foul ball carrier.
Give him another yard. It'll be 3rd and 7. Smith again on the tackle.
Gain of a yard. 3rd and 7 for the Jackets.
Second down, or 3rd and 7. Carroll back to throw in the middle. Overthrows Champagne. 4th and 7.
Pass just a little high. That sets up 4th and 7 for the Jackets.
They got a call for the field goal unit. It'll be Cash Wolf coming out, I believe. Or are they going to send Urbina out there? Trying to see who they're sending out. They're sending Urbina out. It'll be the first field goal attempt of the year for Urbina. It'll come from the 18. It'll be a 28-yard field goal attempt. Urbina's kick is up, and it's got plenty of leg, and it is no good wide left.
No good. Anderson County will take over. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a big shout out to our paint crew.
In Taylorsville, Kentucky tonight, midway through the 3rd quarter, it's Spencer County 41-6 over Grant County.
If you're interested in painting, just let us know. Talk to Amy DeGarmo. If you're interested in painting the field next year, give a shout out to Miss Amy DeGarmo. I heard you down there.
1st and 10 Bearcats with DeGarmo in shotgun formation. Mackey comes in as the tight end on the right side. Also Brooks on the right. They give it off to McCann. He's hitting the hole and nothing doing. Jackson Irvin along with Sam Hash on the tackle. Castillo also in there. Castillo on the tackle. You got a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Bearcats. So it's 2nd down and 9 for the Bearcats from their own 21-yard line. DeGarmo bobbles the snap, rolls right, now scrambles left. A lot of Yellow Jackets after him. He'll get up over the 25. A flag on the play and another one here on the far side as well. So we're probably going to have a hold on Anderson County on the corner and then maybe a late hit out of bounds. So it'll probably be offsetting penalties here. Down to 4 minutes, 25 seconds. A hold on Anderson. Then we have a dead ball. Personal foul on Woodford County. So what we'll do is we're going to mark off the hold. And then we'll mark off the personal foul on Woodford County. Late third quarter down in Somerset. Pulaski County leads Southwestern 22-0. I can find that out, sir. They give it off to McCann deep, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be stopped for a yard loss. It'll be second down and 11. Hash on the tackle. 70s. Escaloni on the tackle for Woodford County. So it's second down and 11 for the Bearcats. They give it off again to McCann. Gets up over the 30. Over the original line of scrimmage, and he gets maybe 3. So it'll be second down or third down and about 8 for the Bearcats. Third and 8, nobody wide. They pitch it around to McCann coming to the right side. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. Led by Sam Hash, Kingston Dumas. He's going to lose a couple, and it'll be fourth down and 10. Looks like fourth quarter down in Somerset. Briar Jumpers lead 52-7 over McCreary Central. DeGarmo under center. Straight back to pass. Looks for his big tight end. That is Alsabrook. And is knocked to get a flag coming in late. So it's probably going to be defensive holding, or see if they call it pass interference. Got a hold, I think, or roughing the passer maybe on Woodford County. Let's see. Pass interference. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Both penalties carry a 15-yard penalty, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. It's an automatic first down. So you
Got a personal foul on Woodford County
roughing the passer on the Jackets.
at the Anderson County 45-yard line. First and 10 Bearcats.
They give it off again up the middle, and I think the ball came loose again, and it did. Woodford County's got the football.
Recovered by number 14.
Neo Jones recovered the fumble. Into the third quarter, no score change. Woodford County 42 and Anderson County 7.
Our final CDE Construction Bearcat legend is Coach Bob Kinzer. Bob Kinzer coached the Bearcats from 1964 to 1966. His total record for those years was 24, 5, and 1, making him the highest winning percentage coach in the history of Bearcat football. He was a passionate supporter of Anderson County athletics and rarely missed a game. Representing Coach Kinzer tonight are his wife Clova, his daughters Teresa and Pam, and his grandchildren and great-grandchildren Kayla, Casey, Gentry, and Cash. Ladies and gentlemen, our CDE Construction Bearcat legend, Coach Bob Kinzer.
So the fourth quarter coming up, and Carroll still at quarterback. It looks like Aiden Powell's to his right. We give it up here on the end around. That is number 20 for Woodford County.
Got number 20,
Jordan Diallo on this carry, his first carry of the year. Gets down inside Anderson County's 40-yard line to the 36-yard line. Gain of 12. It'll be first and 10, Woodford County. Powell behind Carroll. Carroll throws out wide to the left side. That is David Jones on the catch. It's down to the 20-yard line.
So number 17, David Jones, we got a flag on the play. We got a personal foul hit to the head. That's half the distance to the goal.
Be a 15-yard penalty. It'll be first and goal, Woodford County from
Looks like it's first and goal
the 9.
for the Jackets on the Anderson County 9.5-yard line.
They give it off to Aiden Powell. He'll score his 6th rushing touchdown of the year.
Touchdown Yellowjackets, number 24, Jalen McKinney.
It was 21, I believe, Aiden Powell. Yep, that was Aiden Powell. His 6th rushing touchdown, second on the team for this year. It'll be Urbina on for the extra point. Nope, I take that back. That's Wolf. Kick is up, and the kick is good by Wolf.
Wolf kick is good. That makes it 49 Woodford County, 7 Anderson County.
Am I seeing this right here? Might be. Late third quarter from Fort Thomas tonight. It's Highlands 28, Scott County 21. With a minute 20 left in the third quarter. Hatfield and Crutcher back deep for the Bearcats. And it'll be Wolf kicking off. So the Cardinals in a tussle again with the 4A Bluebirds. That drops at the feet of Hatfield. He's going to be spun around at the 20 and dropped inside of it.
Hatfield picks that ball up and is down around the Anderson County 18-yard line, 17 maybe. First and 10 Bearcats.
Malone now at quarterback for Harrison County as Mackey comes in motion. They'll pitch it back to him off his shoulder pads, and Woodford County will pick it up and score. That might be Jaden McKinney, I think, or is that Zion Brown? I think that was Zion Brown. On will be Urbina for the extra point. For Woodford County fans out there wondering how it's going in Louisville, Ballard leads 14-3 with 4:54 to play in the third quarter.
Kick blocked by number 40, Grayson Alsabrook.
Alsabrook blocks the extra point by Urbina, and Woodford County's lead continues at 55-7. So 14-3. Ballard leads over Eastern.
6-minute mark, Woodford County 55, Anderson County 7.
In Lexington right now, it is Frederick Douglass over George Rogers Clark, 28-0. Also down in Louisville right now. We'll see if we get a score on this one here. A minor upset could be brewing down in Louisville. Bullitt East leads Mail at Mail 14-11 with 3:15 to play in the ball game. Wolf will kick off for the Jackets. This one comes down to Hatfield at the 18-yard line, and he's going to be dropped at about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line.
Hatfield on the return, gets it up there around the Anderson County.
In a battle down in Frankfort, it looks like Western Hills and Shelby County matching up, and late third quarter, actually midway through the third quarter, it's Western Hills 26, Shelby County 21. Shelby looking for their first victory of the year. Off the hands of Follis. As Malone made a nice throw. Malone is a 5'9", 140-pound freshman in at quarterback right now. It's second down and 10 for the Bearcats. Malone pitches back. McCann running left. That's Hatfield runs left. He's in space. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15. Maybe knocked down about the 17-yard line. No flags on the play. That play covered. Looks about a 68-yard run by Hatfield. First and 10 Bearcats. That is Crutcher down inside the 5-yard line. Looks like he's going to be at the third. It would be first and goal from the 3-yard line. So McCann behind, and he dropped it. McCann will be dropped for a loss. Second down and goal. Minute 55 to play in this one. Malone at quarterback, turns, gives it off to McCann. Escaloni has a hold of, or it's Higgins actually, I believe, for Woodford County. Be third and goal. High formation again behind Malone. Fakes, rolls left, and he's going to score for the Bearcats. Bearcats will go for two here, trailing 55-13. McCann, they pitch back to him, running left, looking for space to run. Can't get around the corner, and the Jackets stop the two-point conversion. Woodford County Football brought to you by a lot of great sponsors. We really enjoy and appreciate everything you do for us. The Wash House, come let them do the dirty work for you. They offer a high-capacity machines. I think they've got something like 16 of them. Go in and see them today. They have also drop-off, wash, dry, and fold service, 435 Lexington Road in Versailles with convenient hours and a location. Makes it ideal for your busy schedule. They also offer services for horse blankets, $15, king and queen size blankets, $20, and large rugs, $20 and $50, depending on size. Come let Wash House do the dirty work and tell them you heard it here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. We'll talk about Carroll floor covering. Since 1980, Steve Carroll has been offering wonderful service to Woodford and surrounding counties. Go see him today. If it's vinyl, carpet, laminate, hardwood, LVP, you can see him and get a free estimate. Call him today, 873-6919. Johnson kicks it off and it goes out of bounds. So Woodford County will not run another play. I don't think they're getting time to. It's 22 seconds and the clock moving. So Woodford County will move to 8-1 on the season. Anderson County will drop to 3-6. Jackets finish a perfect 4-0 in the district play. They will head to Ballard next Thursday night. 8 o'clock kickoff will be on the air at 7:15 with a pregame show. It'll be the Jackets and Bruins from Louisville. And we'll see what happens down there as the Jackets continue to move forward. Jackets now take a 24-22 lead in the overall series with Anderson County. They move to 13-13 here in Lawrenceburg. So the Jackets victory tonight, 55-13 over Anderson County. Didn't start off well, but the Jackets were able to overcome that and win comfortably. So the Jackets know now that they will be the official #1 seed. I guess because they were waiting for the 4th district game to be played for the Jackets this year, and the Jackets were able to win convincingly here tonight in Lawrenceburg. However, that being said, you also have a number of things coming up for Woodford County. You've got a home game in 2 weeks on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. We'll have at least audio streaming. And again, we are going to have to come up with money for video streaming for that ball game. But we'll see what happens from that time forward. So we'll see. We'll have at least an audio broadcast, but we need some people to step up and help us pay for a broadcasting fee to video stream for any home game in the playoffs for us. So it's just, and even road games, we have to come up with that. Want to really thank a lot of people. I mean, you know, we had Jack Kane Ford, who is one of our great sponsors, UK Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. The Woodford County team celebrating down below as they took Coach Johnson toboggan off his head. That's probably a mistake. In the film room tomorrow, there might be some people in trouble. But Woodford County Public Schools is our title sponsor where kids win. We want to give a shout out to the Woodford County Public School System for being our title sponsor. UK Orthopedics and Sports Medicine get back in the game quickly, just like the Wildcats, who, by the way, knocked off in the exhibition game at Rupp Arena tonight, Purdue 78-63. Jack Kane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. Carroll Floor Covering, all your flooring needs under one roof. Lexington Clinic, Woodford Family Physicians, hometown care for every member of your family. Ricardo's Restaurant, great food, great service, and reasonable every time. Falling Springs Rec Center, fun, fitness, and family. Family Wealth Group, wealth management designated to last, where retirement shouldn't be scary. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Dough Daddy's Donuts, your friendly neighborhood donut shop. Collision Masters of Lexington, making your day better is their family's business. Kentucky Gym, come get fit with an old school vibe. Little Mozart Piano Academy, where I'm going to get this right, Luke. I don't have a pen with me. The pen I brought did not work tonight. Where music is the answer. That's what I want to. So that's Little Mozart Piano Academy. A reminder: 9 o'clock to 11 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be at Little Mozart Piano Academy there on Yellowjacket Drive for a live remote from 9 to 11 a.m. The Wash House. Let us do the dirty work. City National Bank, putting people first since 1954. And by Midway Insurance Group, where they do great work. J.W. Brown and all the fine folks over there at Midway Insurance Group. If you need insurance, if you need insurance on yourself, on any of your members of your family, whether it be health, dental, life insurance, home insurance, car insurance, they take care of you over at the Midway Insurance Group right off Main Street in downtown Midway. You can't miss it. It's not a town that you can miss anything in downtown. You got to go one way downtown. As soon as you come into downtown, you make a right before the railroad tracks. It's the building on the corner there. It's upstairs. You have to go. There's a parking lot, a public parking lot in the back. Go there, go upstairs. Midway Insurance Group, if you go through that door, is on the right. So go see the fine folks at Midway Insurance Group. They have your insurance needs met. So it's been a winning night for Woodford County here in Lawarenceburg. Woodford County winning convincingly tonight over Anderson County by a final score of 55-13. Woodford County moves to 8-1 on the season, 4-0 in district play. They actually wrap up the district title tonight officially with a victory tonight over Anderson County. But you also have a lot of things ahead of the Jackets. They'll have one more game in the regular season when they play at Ballard in Louisville next Friday night. Then also you have another week of football when it's win or go home when the Jackets entertain a first-round playoff game at Community Stadium in Versailles. So that will be 2 weeks from tonight. But next week the game again is on Thursday night at Ballard from the kickoff time at 8 o'clock now. So we'll be on the air somewhere in the neighborhood of 7:30 with the pregame show. We'll get you set for Ballard and Woodford County. Ballard won here 2 years ago. Woodford won in Louisville last year in overtime. And then we'll get to the rubber match next Thursday night with Woodford County and Ballard. Just trying to check out some more scores to give you. I was trying to get a Collins South Oldham game because that will go a long way in telling you what there are a lot of things that are happening with that, because the winner will go to Dixie Heights in 2 weeks. The loser goes to Cooper. So that's a huge game. It had a lot of playoff implications last year between those two schools, basically the same thing. So we'll see what happens this year between Collins and South Oldham. That game is taking place in Crestwood tonight. So Woodford County victorious tonight over Anderson County here in Lawrenceburg in convincing fashion. So just wanted to see that. So I don't have that score. I thought I had it coming up, and it's not going to pull it up here. So Woodford County. So anyway, they don't have. I can't get that score. I was wanting to give that score. Again, the final score here from Lawrenceburg, convincingly, Woodford County 55 and South Oldham, Anderson County 13. For all our fine sponsors along the Yellowjacket Sports Network until Thursday night when we come to you live from the Queen City of Louisville, the River City of Louisville, Queen City, Cincinnati, the River City of Louisville. It's Woodford County, Ballard at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, October the 30th. Until then, so long, everybody.